Hello, everybody. My name is Neil. I'm a actor, musician, and digital artist from Orlando, Florida. Here with you from a trade on the MNQ futures, the Nasdaq futures, that happened on the 26th. As you can see on the screen, where my entry, my stop, my target, and what my exit was. And as usual, I'm doing my normal uh, pre-market highs and lows and previous day highs and lows before the open. So this trade, as you can see, turned out to be a loser. So, um, but my total bias for the day just happened to be bearish. That's what I was looking at. So I'm going to get my trading journal up here so I can get my notes here. But basically, I was just at the market open, there was a rubber band effect like I was seeing before, just kind of just going back and forth and up and down and not choosing a direction. Um, so I was waiting for an open. I was waiting to see if the fences trade would play out, and it just wasn't choosing a direction. It just kept playing around. So I waited and waited and waited. Um, it would later do a power bar play, which I never got in on, um, because time frames weren't matching up. If the 2 and the 5 were matching up, 5-minute frames time frames were matching up, but the 15-minute did not have a strong close. And that's what I was wanting to happen. And if that had happened, I'd have been in the trade, no problem. Um, but nothing was happening as far as within my normal trading plan. Um, so yeah, hoping for something much stronger, but yeah, didn't get it. Would have been a nice entry. And it still took off without me a little bit, but I was okay with that. Because I mean, it'll come up many more times. So I wasn't sore about losing. So I wasn't sore about missing this trade. I wasn't sore about it at all. I was actually, just being as patient as I could. Um, so as you'll see here shortly, well, I mean, the bell hasn't, as you'll see here shortly, what I actually did go for. And because my bias was to the downside, I ended up getting a power bar play to the downside. And then it reversed. Um, so this will go up and then it'll turn around, as you'll see here in the video. There looked to be in a couple of warning shots that this would happen. So I just waited patiently. But the price action was pretty good today. And it was pretty great to see some momentum out of this. Um, so while we're waiting for the open here, I'm just going to read some of my notes here that I took. I mean, you'll see this in you'll see this in the description as well. I always put my notes in the description. So, um, as far as the play that I did take, I just need to learn when to take a really good power bar trade. But like I said, I was really hoping for that 15-minute candle, and it just didn't get it. Yeah, it would have been really strong. Now, um, around almost 11 o'clock a.m., the market has been sort of consolidating a little bit, and then it pulled back below the 20 SMA, and was testing the pre-market high. 5 and 15-minute can charts closed below those swing lows. I could have went in. You'll see here shortly again. But the play that I had was just minimal risk compared to other plays. Um, so I waited a bit longer. I was waiting for the 5 minute to tell me whether it was going to continue down or not. And when I got that play on the 5 minute chart and the 15, that's when I went in. It did close outside I mean, it did give that power the first power bar, but I didn't take it. I waited for a little bit longer and then got in and then was able to get in when it because I waited on the proper candles, the appropriate candles to close. So I was just waiting. So now we have the open. Now we're almost to where I went in on the trade, and you can actually see what was happening on the downside. It was kind of consolidating a little bit. And you can see where I marked those swing levels, that low swing at. And like I said, I could have went in on this right here, um, but I was waiting on another time frame to close, which will be in about another minute. You'll see where I actually went in the trade. So you got this candle here, um, and I had marked another level. Um, on there just to tell me where I was, just to show me where I was kind of at. And you can see where the 20 SMA, the blue, which is the blue indicator, and the white is the simple moving average. They were continuing down. Again, I was timing my entry. I was waiting for that confidence to go in for um, that bar to close. And I go in here and my stop is actually, um, just above the previous candle that I got in on. So right there, and you'll see where I put my stop at. I changed to a bracket, and I always use a bracket order because I'm always going for a 2-to-1 risk versus reward. So I set the stop. I figure out where my profit target is, and then I put in the limit order to to buy. But as you'll see here shortly, the trade turned. It was looking good for there for a moment. Um, but you know, the trade turned and went back up. Um, and I mean, that's that. That's the name of the game. It was such a good play. It would have stopped me out even if my stop was above the 20 SMA. So, I mean, it's good that I placed my stop where it was and I kept it tight. It's where it made the most sense to me, the most logical place as far as the trade goes. And I always try to put my stops in where the most logical place is. And in this case, it is right where you see it at that 29,476.50 level. The 5 minute chart, which is not what you see on the screen. Of course, I keep my 5 minute and 15 minute off screen, but the 5 minute chart was still showing an uptrend on the 20 SMA, while the 15 minute was slightly up, but a little bit more sideways. So maybe kind of paying attention to those and making sure that the trend and making sure that even the indicators agree with each other probably would be something that I'll look at in the future. But I'm not mad at all about this trade. I still consider it a good trade. And as far as the 2 minute chart goes, I mean, this was a good setup for me to get in on. Um, but again, it's just learning how to read the chart, learning how to, learning to look left and see the structure. I mean, um, that all compounds on each other. That all, plays into, whether um, you get your edge or not. So there I just got stopped out. Um, and um, and that's that. I continued to watch this for a little while longer just to see what would happen. But in the end, and you can see here is just it's up. It went right there above that 20 SMA and it just continued going up for a little bit. But the market gave me information that I paid for. And that's what it is. I paid for information. Wasn't a losing trade. It was information. So, and with that, hope to see you again in the next video. Have a great day.